Mr. Crenti is here with his lawyer, Mr. John Bush. Also present is prosecuting attorney David Marvin. The allegation is that on or about February 19th of 21, you passed a forged, false, or altered counterfeit Federal Reserve note. It's a 5-year felony and a fine of up to $2,500, and you're charged as a fourth habitual offender.
Yeah, we thought this was going to be a plea, but he's changed his mind and wants a prelim.
All right. Mr. Carenti, the allegation is that you presented some false $20 bills. What was the plea offer, Mr. Marvin?
Well, it was larceny 200, less than 1,000. That was in consideration that he was getting services in Kalamazoo, and I didn't want to disrupt that. But I guess that's going to change. So it's 753,564A.
He's very concerned about missing services in drug court in Kalamazoo.
Well, to get a new felony charge is probably a good way to do it. Mr. Marvin has offered a misdemeanor and tried to keep him in his program in Kalamazoo. If he wants a prelim, he's entitled to have one, but let's lay this out. Mr. Carenti, the allegation is that on February 21st, you did some deal during Facebook Marketplace to buy a remote control car. And you came down here and gave these people, the allegation is, some counterfeit bills, and they were later confirmed to be counterfeit. And they did a search warrant at your house and found this car that you bought, as well as more counterfeit money. So that was in Calhoun County, and I think you also had some stuff in Kalamazoo County. So that's the allegation that you, it's actually a federal offense, but they charge you with a state statute. Mr. Marvin has agreed to dismiss the felony as a fourth habitual offender for a plea to a misdemeanor charge. Although the amount in question was $100 for purposes of the plea agreement, Mr. Marvin has offered a misdemeanor less than 1,000, but more than 200, which could be for purposes of the misdemeanor plea. That's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000, as opposed to a 20-year maximum on the principal charge as a habitual. You do have a right to have a preliminary examination in this matter, which would be set for next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. You also have the right to waive it and have the matter bound over to circuit court, or you also have the right to plead to, in this case, a misdemeanor and have the felony charge dismissed. You've been sitting back there anxiously. We thought there was a plea agreement. You went out and discussed things further with Mr. Bush. He indicated you wish to have a prelim.
Well, I've got so much going on in Kalamazoo, like I'm afraid I'm gonna miss classes.
Well, you're gonna miss classes if you end up with a felony charge as a fourth habitual offender. Mr. Marvin is offering a misdemeanor attempting to keep you in those classes.
Okay.
So it's up to you. Either way is okay with me.
But I'd like to keep it in a misdemeanor for it.
All right, Mr. Marvin, what's your thought here?
Well, I was going to say that it was because he's participating in services someplace else. I didn't want to disrupt that. I don't have any restitution I'm asking for because we haven't heard from the victim. They haven't responded. And I didn't have any desire, really. I wasn't going to ask the court to impose any jail. I was going to leave it to the court. I really wanted him to get up there and take care of his business, but I wanted to document what was a crime of moral turpitude, and that was it.
All right, Mr. Correnti, did you hear what Mr. Marvin said?
I did,
And did you hear what I said when I went through the advice of rights earlier?
yes,
And are you gonna plead to that larceny charge?
yes.
Thought we were gonna do it by no contest, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
All right. Well, I'd rather have him admit it. We'll find out here. All right, how did you make these fake $20 bills?
I didn't make any,
Where did you get them?
I had no recollection of it, being passed.
All right, well, they did a search warrant at your house and found a bunch of counterfeit money. Where did that come from?
I believe from, like, I do a lot of wheeling and dealing. I sold a car. That was like my job for 2 years, is wheeling and dealing. It might have came through there.
What are you on probation for in Kalamazoo?
Possession,
What?
controlled substance,
Which one?
meth.
Okay. You seem clean now. Are they testing you regularly in drug court?
Daily, yeah.
Who's your judge?
I don't remember her name. I see her 3 times a month as well.
Judge Buchanan?
That sounds about right. I came down with a cold or something, a bug or something hit me.
Oh, Judge Buchanan is,
The judge that sentenced me was light roll,
okay.
but the judge I see 3 times a month, her name was Bernard or something like that, I believe.
All right, I know who we're talking about. She runs the treatment court.
Yes.
All right, I'll show this as a no contest plea for benefit of the bargain. Let's see how long you were in jail. You have $250 worth of bond. You got arrested more than once. You got arrested back in 21 on December 8th. And you posted bond on December 10th, so you did 2 days there. Then you failed to appear for a pre-exam conference. You were in the Branch County Jail. Why were you in Branch County?
Counterfeit.
All right. Yeah, I don't think you're being straight up about it. I think you were buying this stuff with counterfeit money in Calhoun, Branch, here. But according to you, you don't know nothing about nothing. I think you did 2 more days, 4 days jail credit 4. I don't like that you wouldn't tell me what you did. Which means you're still thinking like a criminal.
No, that's why I was gonna see if I could just take it to like a prelim to get more out of it, more evidence on it.
Well, do you want to plead to this or not? I'm about to give you 4 days jail and a fine.
Yeah, plead no
And
contest.
I think you're peeing on my leg and tell me that's raining.
No, just.
You got a bunch of counterfeit money. You bought this with a bunch of bogus, not very good $20 bills. You got convicted of counterfeit money in another county. And here you are, don't know nothing about nothing. I'm gonna do what Mr. Marvin said and let you get back to Kalamazoo.
Or I'm just going down and out now. Caught a bad cold 3 days ago. Like it's hit me the hardest today.
Well, that doesn't make you not tell me the truth.
No.
I'm gonna order $100 restitution for this dumb, our remote control car that was a subject of this. I mean, it's not dumb, the car isn't, but the whole transaction is. Complainant is Arthur Stone. There is a $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $75 fine, $50 state minimum fee, and $150 attorney fee. That's $450. You have $250 bond as part of a 10% bond. The court keeps 10% of a 10% bond. So there's $225 to apply to this. So you owe $225. I'm gonna make that due by July 1st. Are you working somewhere?
Yes,
Where's that?
the Moonraker,
Okay. Between near Battle Creek there?
yes.
I didn't know it was still open. Didn't that close?
One of them did. There's one on Beta Lake Road that's been open for a while.
Yeah, that's the one you work at?
Yeah.
I thought they changed the name or something. Is it still called Moonraker?
Yeah, they had one on Columbia and they changed it, Moonraker West, used to be the old Hunt Club.
Well, the good news is this thing is done as long as you pay the fine. I see why Mr. Marvin wants to bring closure to this. All right, you're free to go.
Thank you, Jeff.